I have just driven 5 hours round trip to get an engine. I've paid £700 for an MR2 turbo engine for the Toyari. It's come with a gearbox, turbo, and I'm thinking, is it going to actually work? Who knows? Let's find out. Here it is, in the back of the van. Looks cleanish. The engine gearbox we need to work out, because it might be the LSD version, which would be amazing, because then I could put this one in my car and it would be much better. I've got the turbo is in better condition than my one, let's say that anyway. It's a little bit rusty out the back, but as is, it looks visually okay for £700. But let's see. All we've got to do now is get it in the car. Oh, but I do have another clutch, so I've got to take the gearbox off anyway. Do a little kit clean up, and then we can work out where it leaks from when it's put oil in. Oh, and the other thing is, I've got to try and get it out somehow. I don't have an engine crane. I'm going to take the gearbox off first, I think, in the van, and then it might be a bit lighter. So now I've just taken the gearbox off and put it in neutral, and this happened. Spin the drive shaft, and the drive shaft on the other side spins the same way. Oh yeah, it does. I've just got an LSD gearbox in my £700 bargain engine so far. Ooh, it's going to be good. But so far, we are cooking. I'm going to get this gearbox out, and hopefully I can get the engine stand over here to drag it out of the car. Get this done. This, however, is great news. Woohoo! Just don't drop it, break it. Oh, and another thing, it's got the janky bit on the back, you can see. This is another telltale sign that it's an LSD. There's always one. Come on. And that, my friend, is a clutch. Ace-in. Ace-in? Looks pretty brutal. Right, now I can get the mounting plate onto that. Never gonna get that along the stones. Ramp, van, jack. So close. How do you make a car go up higher? How heavy can this take? That's the other thing. One go at this. I need to get a good lift. Ready? One. Fuck. Oh, so close. What about further? Oh yeah, going up with it, even better. Look at this, guys. Right, you ready? Oh, hello. God. I don't actually believe that worked. It's now on the engine stand. Best place for it. Now I can work on it. Woo. So I've cleaned up the engine and it's all looking very good now around. As you can see, the block has been painted at some point, so, and there's indications everywhere that it's been stripped down before. So the water pump has got sealant around it. Hopefully that means that it's been changed, not it's been leaking. I want to change the belt over. I do have one somewhere in the garage, but I'm not too sure where at the moment, so I'm leaving that till last. And I've taken all the oil and crud out of around the belts. That was Ramo with like congealed dirt everywhere. It's actually looking very clean. So as of now, I'm gonna start putting it back in. What I've got to do now is hang it from the lift on there, so then I can get the gearbox back on. Or I've got to take put the clutch on, because that is obviously in the way of the clutch at the moment. So I've got to hang it, get that all on, and get that box back on. Drop the subframe out of the car onto some sort of moving platform where I didn't do that last time, and it was a bugger to move around, and then put it back in. A bit more. That I was going to be rebuilding the old engine, never actually opened. Just swiftly afterwards I realised the engine was dead. It's a new clutch. So I quickly made a little table for when on wheels. So now when the subframe comes down, it will sit on that. And when it goes back up, I can just sort of jiggle it around into position. Because on the floor, when it was just not on wheels, it was a nightmare. Even just to get the gearbox and subframe back, let alone an engine. So there we go. If you want the details of how I made that, Google it. Here we go. Right, let's undo the 17mm bolts. And we should have it off. Alexa, play Absolute Radio.
Absolute Radio from Sounds Rayo.
Now, Alexa, stop. Now all I've got to do is remove this gearbox and get that onto here. Is it the same set gearbox? Yep, it's good.
Several days later.
Here it is. connected all the cables up, put all the mounts back on, all the nuts and bolts tightened up as much as I can do, and now it's sitting on top of my homemade trolley, so now I can lower the car down, see if it works. So here we go, is the engine all back in. I think I've connected up as much, I hope I've connected up everything, but we'll soon find out. Just put the air filter in to get the map sensor connected. The clutch, the gearbox and everything's not connected yet, but still give it a start to see. And hopefully it will start. Covers are covered in dust. Ugh. Right, now this is the moment on TV shows where they like unconnect the coil pack and go, oh yeah, the car's not starting, but I literally haven't done any. Oh wow, there's power. And there's no turning. Some weird noises going on there. Alright, the sensor's reading a bit hot. We are gushing fuel by the looks of it. Turn that off. Ah. Where's that all coming from? Oh my god. Up there somewhere. Disconnect it. Well, is that some oily petrol? Where the hell was that coming from? Right, well I'm going to investigate in that, and then I'll get back to you. So it turned out there was a fuel pipe I'd missed off, and there was a ground wire as well. But in this process of doing that, I think I may have blown some fuses, because now there doesn't seem to be any ignition key lights turning on or anything now. So I'm going to have a look at the fuses. Right, here we go, third attempt. There you go. Immobiliser. Doing nothing though. It won't turn off. I think there's a bad earth somewhere. Or I fried something. So, no good. Third attempt. Nothing. So I'm actually thinking it might be the starter motor. Obviously the engine's been sat for so long, the starter motor could be seized, and that's what's causing all of this issues. Also the immobiliser's not immobilising. So I've got a clicking noise. Nothing's happening. So maybe and now it doesn't turn off, which also could be the starter motor apparently. Fans are still going. Right, new starter motor done. I don't know if the old one's any good or not. Nothing. Got an engine light up. No, there's doesn't seem to make the. Oh, that's the first time that's actually done that. Oh, there you go, look. I just found an earth that I hadn't disconnected from the old engine and put onto the new one, so that was, it couldn't have possibly caused all this issue. Now I've lost the keys. If that has, I know earths are important, but one little earth. No. No. Next. Right, here we go, 4th time. Connected up. The start motor was connected a little bit wrong, I think. Oh, it's turning over. Doing something. Right, 5th time. Apparently I was missing a earth on the air intake, which was grounding out and not. Oh. Still doing that though. So now I've actually found part of the loom where there's a earth that was missing. So I've attached that back up now, and there you go. Right, now we're going to go for the start. I need a bit of throttle. £700 engine. Day 2 of trying to start the engine on the MR2. I've actually found a couple of pipes that have been blown off. I didn't put any Jubilee clips on them. So there we go. Learn by mistakes. I think it's going to start now. Here we go. Still running without cutting off. Right, so all I've got to do now is bleed the brakes, bleed the clutch, and get the coolant system bled through to the front, which is always a ball ache. So I should have probably checked the oil pan seal, maybe replaced it, because that seems to be leaking off of there. What is that? Definitely oil. Not good. Further up the turbo. So it seems like the oil is coming from right up here, which looks like it is the head gasket. Let's see that line where my pointer is. That is the head gasket poking out, and it seems to be pretty dry above that, and everything else is soaked off. So you can buy a £700 engine, but you should probably change the head gasket, the seals, and anything else that you can possibly think of before putting it back. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to now pull it all apart and strip it again. I'd like to do a big shout out to Paul Woods at Woodsport MR2 Specialists. I got onto the MR2 group on Facebook and he answered all my questions. I wouldn't have been able to get the car started or running with all the problems I was having. He helped me out by identifying the problem instantly. So if you have any problems or need some work done, holler at him. So I'm going to start taking the head off and get the head skimmed, and then I shall put it all back together, and hopefully it will be working again. So for now, like, subscribe, keep watching the videos, and see you later. Cheers.